RFM News for our sponsor Guardia Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacinta Lee with 2NURFM Hunter News. A report is being prepared for the coroner following the discovery of a body in the Watagan Mountains believed to be that of a missing Tinambit teenager. The 19-year-old was last seen around 9 a.m. on Monday, walking off from his campsite at Maclean's Lookout to go to the toilet. Constable Justin Hirano says the two-day search managed to unearth a body.
Emergency services were alerted when he failed to return and could not be located or contacted. About 9 a.m. today, a body was located in bushland near Maclean's Lookout. While the body is yet to be formally identified, it is believed to be that of the missing man.
It's believed the body was discovered in remote scrub at the foot of a 100-metre cliff. Puppy killer Nathan Thompson appeared before Newcastle District Court this morning for a severity appeal. Thompson was said to be in tears during the appearance, with the court adjourning until 3:30 p.m. to consider an RSPCA report. Thompson was sentenced to 18 months in prison on May 4th after pleading guilty to the killing of 9 puppies in Kurri Kurri. Plans for the Newcastle T4 coal loader project have been approved by government planning officials and will now move on to the Planning Assessment Commission. Environmental groups are slamming the recommendation for Port Waratah Coal Services to pay a developer levy of just $500,000 instead of the standard $48 million. John McKenzie from the Hunter Community Environment Centre says the project should not be given the green light.
So even though the project is dead, there's no need for it, the industry doesn't need it anymore, it's still like a zombie, just continues to lurch its way through the planning process, despite it not being wanted by the community and not being needed by the industry. So we just think that this project should not go ahead. It's a huge lost opportunity for Newcastle as we need to be moving towards diversifying our economy.
According to the Lock the Gate Alliance, Planning Minister Rob Stokes holds the key to the fate of Rio Tinto's Warkworth coal mine expansion. With the project now in front of the Planning Assessment Commission for the final time, a decision on the mine's fate is soon to be reached. Lock the Gate Alliance's regional coordinator Steve Phillips says he's hopeful the minister will take action.
The Planning Minister Rob Stokes has said when he visited the Hunter a few weeks ago that he thinks that the rules need to be reviewed, that they're unfair and that he wants to restore balance for communities, which is very welcome and it's exactly what's needed. But unless he moves fast, it's going to be too late to stop Rio Tinto getting approval for this Warkworth coal mine expansion, which threatens the community of Bulga in the Hunter Valley.
Residents have voiced their opposition to a sewage treatment plant opening in Kurrambong, claiming the wastewater from the site will prove hazardous to the community. However, the property group confirms the water will be treated according to New South Wales health standards. Dr John Hammond from the Kurrambong Community Alliance Committee says residents should be able to choose to live next to the plant.
They want to build it in an area where there are established houses. What we're arguing is put it up in a new estate and people then have the choice as to whether they want to buy property near the sewage treatment plant. The people where they want to locate it have no choice. They're already established there and their house values will fall.
Ausgrid has left some customers feeling ripped off after they confirmed refunds would not be given to over 100,000 Hunter residents left without power during the April storms. Many were forced to throw out their damaged goods. However, Ausgrid says the money will instead go towards fixing the damaged network. Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery is worried the refusal to refund is associated with the recent privatisation of electricity companies.
I'm a bit concerned about this because the Baird government privatised Ausgrid. It means then that the government is looking to make a profit out of these services by not refunding the people for lost power over the storm. Means there's more money in Ausgrid's pocket and more money for the government.
In finance, the All Ords is down 3.8 points at 54.75 and $1 Australian is buying 76.80 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor newcastlecheapestcars.com.au.
Newcastle Jetstar Scott Neville insists doubt and instability are to blame for driving him away from the troubled club, following his decision to join Western Sydney. The 26-year-old is expected to add further defensive steel to the Wanderers' backline after inking a 2-year deal to remain with the side until the end of the 2016-17 season. He'll be joined by Jets teammate Jacob Pepper, while Italian-based goalkeeper Mark Birighitti has stirred speculation he's planning to break contract with the intention of staying in Europe. Newcastle has created history in the New South Wales Country Baseball Championships, securing a coveted trifecta for the first time. The Open men's team impressed, taking at the top tier at Tamworth, while it was victories all round for Newcastle's Women's Open and Men's B divisions in Blacktown. And Knight stars Dane Gagai and Corbin Sims have been named as 2 of 3 emergency players for Queensland ahead of next Wednesday's second State of Origin. That's sport. I'm Reese Wicks.
2NURFM news time is 1:05.